Heather. Happy birthday to 7.
We just had the world's quickest birthday party, so I hope. Oh,
It's my voice. There we go. Try again.
can you hear me?
I'm still not getting any audio. So we're good? All right. Welcome to this meeting of the MSAD 49 Board of School Directors. We will do the roll call. Oh, Roy. Sorry, Roy. I will let you in. All right. Booton.
Here.
Boyden here. Haverly. Absent. Davis Folsom.
Here.
Dumont.
Here.
Flood. Absent. Hussey.
Here.
Kinley.
Here.
Ms. Kugelmeyer is unable to be here tonight. Lambert. White.
Here.
And Williams.
Here.
Thank you. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 board members present. So we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America,
and
To the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
God.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. So I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the May 21st, 2020 board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Danielle and seconded by Heather to accept the minutes of the May 21st, 2020 board meeting. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booton,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Cavalier absent. Davis Folsom,
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Blood absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer's absent. Lambert absent. White,
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that leaves none opposed and none abstained, 8-0-0. And I would also vote to accept the motion to accept, let me start over. I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes of the June 8th, 2020 board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Danielle and seconded by Stu to accept the minutes of the June 8th, 2020 special board meeting. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booton,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caberly absent. Davis Folsom,
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Blood absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer's absent. Lambert absent. White, yes. Williams,
Yes.
yes. Okay, so 8-0-0. Thank you. All right, so our phone line has been open. John, do we have anyone on the phone? We do not. Okay, we'll move on. Mrs. Hersom, did we have anything to add under old business? We do not. Okay, so we'll move on to under new business. And I believe Mrs. Hersom is going to present that for us.
So welcome this evening to our board recognition awards. Typically, this multi-purpose room is filled with families and our honorees, of course. We often have our jazz ensemble up here playing with some appetizers prior to the opening of the meeting. But tonight, we're doing this remotely. It doesn't mean that we aren't as appreciative or people should feel less honored, and we wish we're all here together. But we're going to go forth with our recognition ceremony, beginning with the faculty certificate. This award is given to educators for accomplishments beyond the expected duties of the position held. Commitment and dedication to youth, their welfare, achievement, and education will be recognized through this award. Professional accomplishments, as well as efforts that go beyond regular activities to improve or promote the learning process, will be highlighted. Our first recipient this year is Joe Fawcett. Joe is a special education teacher who works with junior and senior high school students. Joe was nominated by more than one person. He is commended for his hard work with an additional caseload this year, coordinating the students' Thanksgiving dinner for teachers and the Special Olympics, his work at Fairfield Primary Food Pantry, and his positive attitude through it all. Congratulations and thank you, Mr. Fawcett. Our second recipient of the Faculty Certificate Award this evening is Katie Wood. Katie is our JMG specialist, jobs for Maine grads. Katie is known for her positive contributions to Lawrence and our community. She has worked on coordinating the backpack program, food pantry, Bulldog Closet, and the prom exchange. She builds relationships with all students, not just the ones on her roster. She offers a listening ear and a consistent interest in student welfare. Congratulations and thank you, Mrs. Wood. Our staff certificate this year is awarded to a group collectively. This award is given to an employee traditionally, whose efforts are instrumental in the smooth and effective operation of our school system. His or her work ethics are exemplary in approaching the people and tasks encountered. All support staff who worked and helped during our COVID closure, including food service workers, bus drivers, van drivers, and custodial staff that were here day in and day out, responding to a need in a time when we knew far less about COVID-19. Their work was so vital to the well-being of children and families and made a positive difference in a very uncertain and anxious time. Thank you all. Our next award this evening is the Educational Technician Award. This award is given to an ed tech for accomplishments significantly beyond the expected duties of the position held. This year's recipient is Jill Nutting. Jill is an Education Technician 1 in our Special Education Department, working at Clinton Elementary School. She is known as a hard worker who goes above and beyond helping everyone, never hesitating to volunteer to assist others. Thank you, Jill, and congratulations. Community Award. This award is given to deserving people from the wide spectrum of relationships to education. They may be employees, parents, students, community members, or other individuals. This award is intended to recognize concerted effort on the behalf of education. The recipient will be a friend to education who has supported any aspect of education. This year's recipient of the Community Award is Amy Harrington. Amy was elected the PTO president for Benton Elementary at the beginning of the 2016-17 school year. She has consistently shown enthusiasm and genuine interest in helping our students and staff at Benton Elementary. Thank you, Amy Harrington, and congratulations. Lastly, the school bell. By its very nature, the teacher's hand bell is a classic symbol of honorable services to the education profession. We have a recent retiree, Cynthia Reese, who has been at Benton Elementary School and a teacher for 25 years. We thank you, Cynthia, and we wish you a happy, healthy retirement. And our school board, former school board members, Mr. Ron Liberty, who served 6 years on our board, and Ms. Shelley Rudnicki, who served 11 years on our board, are also recipients of the School Bell Award. Thank you all, and we appreciate your good work on behalf of MSAD 49. These awards will be mailed to our recipients, just so you're aware, and they will be sent out tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, next on our agenda, we have resignations. We have Cynthia Reese, Benton Elementary teacher, retirement, June 2020. Kelly Paisley Hooper, Benton Elementary teacher, resignation, June 2020. And we received an addendum to the agenda. Darian Wren, Benton Elementary teacher, resignation, June 2020. Under appointments, I would entertain a motion to approve Abby Violet as the Benton Elementary School Secretary as her 90-day probationary period is complete.
So moved.
So moved by Danielle and seconded by Katrina.
Yep.
All right, it's been moved by Danielle and seconded by Katrina to approve Abby Violet as Benton Elementary School Secretary as her 90-day probation period is complete. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booton.
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly, absent. Davis Folsom.
Yes.
Dumont. Katrina? We may have lost Katrina.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, now
Yes.
I can. Flood, absent. Hussey?
Yes.
Kinley?
Yes.
Kugelmeyer's absent. Lambert, absent. White?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Okay. So that is 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstaining. So 800, the motion to approve Abby Violet as Benton Elementary School Secretary is approved. I would entertain a motion to award the milk bids to Oakhurst Dairy as proposed by the Food Service Director.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Katrina and seconded by Roy to award the milk bids to Oakhurst Dairy as proposed by the Food Service Director. Any discussion? Seeing none. Wooten,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly, absent. Davis Folsom.
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Flood, absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer, absent. Lambert, absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstain to award the milk bids to Oakhurst Dairy as proposed by the Food Service Director. I have a little bit more information on the next 3 motions. The agenda that originally went out had a blank line where it said who the bids were being awarded to. Through the Kennebec Valley Education Service Agreement that we're in, they voted to award those bids collectively to Dennis Paper. So that's who we'll be recommending in here. So I just wanted to make sure the board knows that if you have your original agenda with the blank line. So I would entertain a motion to award the bread bids to Dennis Paper as proposed by the Food Service Director.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Katrina and seconded by Danielle to award the bread bids to Dennis Paper as proposed by the Food Service Director. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booten,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly, absent. Davis Folsom,
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Flood, absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer, absent. Lambert, absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstained to award the bread bids to Dennis Paper. I would entertain a motion to award the prime vendor, food, non-food, and market basket bids to Dennis Paper as proposed by the Food Service Director.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Katrina and seconded by Danielle to award the prime vendor, food, and non-food market basket bids to Dennis Paper as proposed by the Food Service Director. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booten,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly, absent. Davis Folsom,
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Flood, absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer, absent. Lambert, absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 8 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstain to award the prime vendor, food and non-food market basket bids to Dennis Paper as proposed by the Food Service Director. I would entertain a motion to award paper and chemical bids to Dennis Paper as proposed by the Food Service Director.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Katrina and seconded by Sarah to award the paper and chemical bids to Dennis Paper as proposed by the Food Service Director. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booten,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly, absent. Dumont,
Yes.
Davis Folsom.
Yes. Excuse me. Yes.
I went out of order.
Caught me off guard.
Now I've thrown myself off. Sorry. Flood, absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer's absent. Lambert, absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Thank you. So it's been voted 8 in favor, 0 opposed, and 0 abstained to award the paper and chemical bids to Dennis Paper. I would entertain a motion to authorize the superintendent to offer contracts on behalf of the district during the summer months.
So moved.
Second.
It's Been moved by Danielle and seconded by Ray to authorize the superintendent to offer contracts on behalf of the district during the summer months. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booton,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly absent. Davis Folsom,
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Flood absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer absent. Lambert absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 800 to authorize the superintendent to offer contracts on behalf of the district during the summer months. I would, these are all the cleanup ones that we have to do before summer. Just take a breath. I would entertain a motion to authorize the transfer of funds between articles and cost centers not to exceed 5% of the cost center that the funds are being transferred from to close out fiscal year 2019-2020.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Katrina and seconded by Stu to authorize the transfer of funds between articles and cost centers not to exceed 5% of the cost center that the funds are being transferred from to close out fiscal year 2019-2020. Any discussion? Seeing none. Booton,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly absent. Davis Folsom,
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Flood absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer, Lambert absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 800 to authorize the transfer of funds between articles and cost centers not to exceed 5% of the funds being transferred from to close out fiscal year 2019-2020. I would entertain a motion to authorize the superintendent to accept grants on behalf of the district.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Katrina and seconded by, I'm sorry, I didn't catch who that was.
Heather.
Heather, thank you. It's been moved by Katrina and seconded by Heather to authorize the superintendent to accept grants on behalf of the district. Any discussion? No. Booton,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Caverly absent. Davis Folsom,
Yes.
Dumont,
Yes.
Flood absent. Hussey,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer, and Lambert absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 800 to authorize the superintendent to accept grants on behalf of the district. Do we have any committee reports this evening? I think not. And then we'll have the superintendent's report.
Thank you. First, an update on our continuity of education plan. First, I wish to thank our families for your partnership this spring during the closure of our school buildings. We recognize that remote learning was new to all of us and that your attention, persistence, and support was a tremendous help and also a tremendous responsibility during this unpredictable and likely stressful time. Thank you to our students for your work through this time. We know the school experience is so much more than what we were able to provide to you. We truly miss you all and look forward to welcoming you back to school. And special congratulations to our graduates. You are resilient and capable of great and wonderful things, and best wishes for your future success. Thank you to our staff who've done remarkable work in very trying circumstances. Last week, teachers and educational technicians participated in training that has us better prepared for this next school year. We are working on plans for the reopening of our schools. So the governor and the Maine DOE will decide when our buildings may reopen. We are planning for several scenarios, including full term, return, continued remote learning, or modified days and schedules. As we enter stage 3 of Governor Mills' plan to reopen Maine's economy, much may change in these months of July and August. Hopefully, a positive trend that will lead us to opening schools. I've scheduled meetings in July to review and revise our emergency operations plan. And as we prepare our elementary and secondary school emergency relief fund application, I've been working closely with Scott Washburn in conjunction with our administrative team to discuss needed modifications in buildings, such as hand sanitizing station, plexiglass install in offices and libraries, decals and signage that reinforce distancing and safety are among a few of those things. Our nurses and other staff are also preparing for a future reopening, including monitoring and addressing students and staff who are ill at school. We also know that we need to educate our employees, our students, and our families on new procedures that will help us return safely. We are interested in hearing from families, and I do plan to identify a survey that articulates greatest needs and concerns with both reopening and remote learning. While the Maine DOE has released a framework for safe return to in-person instruction, this plan is also in draft state and is expected to evolve as we approach August. Are there any comments or questions about where we're at? Okay, thank you. Also, just an update, we have issued all but a few contracts to our 400 plus employees, and I've held a few for the board's consideration of the following. In an effort to be open and ensure that the board understands the rationale and need, I make recommendations for the following contracts. One being to extend interim assistant superintendent Patricia Watts for 1 year. She has served our district well in these past months since her September 30 hire. She is in the process of writing several vital grants that fund many programs, among them reading recovery and our pre-K programming, along with numerous professional development opportunities for our teacher. While the COVID closure has disrupted much, it is important that our district and that work and federal funding continues. My second recommendation is to retitle Scott Washburn's position as Transportation Supervisor to Director of Operations and Transportation. He has done an outstanding job in both capacities, especially navigating and coordinating food delivery during the COVID closure, and now as we prepare our ESSER grant application and prepare our facilities for reopening. But irrespective of those things, he in fact serves as this district's transportation supervisor and director of operations, and he assumed these responsibilities even before his current contract was issued last June 25. And third, to retitle Michael Gifford's position of educational technician. He works in our technology department strictly, as identified on his current wage statement. Near the end of negotiations with the newly formed EdTech 3 bargaining unit, both the group and the employee agreed that he would withdraw from this unit as we filed with the state labor board. He currently is compensated through 2 agreements, a wage statement and a stipend. I recommend combining these as it makes sense to do so. That there are 3 members on our tech team that do this work throughout the district. The title Education Technician 3, I have learned is somewhat of a relic from his work in the ATM lab, and then the MLTI lab when it was a physical lab, and it has been many, many years since he has had an EdTech 3 assignment. So are there questions?
I don't see any questions. No one's hands.
Do we need to
popping.
take a motion?
I
No, we don't.
we don't normally vote on the the wage statement contracts. So I don't know that we need to. I'd defer to Danielle or Stu if you think we need to.
I don't believe we need to under the circumstances. I think that's within the superintendent's authority.
Okay. All right, under other business, I have another very long thing to read to everyone. So I would entertain a motion that the vote entitled Vote to Authorize Issuance of a $1,250,000 Tax and Revenue Anticipation Note be approved in form presented to this meeting, and that the secretary file an attested copy of said vote with the minutes of this meeting. Vote to authorize issuance of a $1,250,000 tax and revenue anticipation note. 1, that the offer of the Skowhegan Savings Bank, the bank, to purchase tax and revenue anticipation notes of Maine School Administration District Number 49, the district, in the original principal amount not to exceed $1,250,000 with an interest rate per annum on the outstanding principal amount thereof equal to 1.9%, B, and the same hereby is accepted and approved. 2, that the school board of the district hereby authorizes a borrowing in the amount not to exceed $1,250,000 from the bank on behalf of the district with interest on the principal amount thereof at a rate of 1.9 per annum, principal and interest to be paid no later than the scheduled maturity date on June 30th, 2021, which borrowing is in anticipation of tax and other revenues for fiscal year ending June 30, 2021. 3, that under and pursuant to the provisions of sections 1490 and 15,695 of Title 20A of the Maine Revised Statutes as amended, the chairperson of the school board and the treasurer of the district are hereby authorized to borrow in anticipation of tax and other revenues from the bank in the name and on behalf of the district the sum of $1,250,000 at the per annum interest rate of 1.9%, and that the chairperson of the school board and the treasurer be and they are hereby authorized to issue general obligation securities of the district in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $1,250,000 and to execute and deliver a note or notes under the seal of the district attested by the secretary dated on or about July 16, 2020, in such form as the chairperson of the school board and the treasurer may approve the note, and that the appropriate officials in the district be and hereby are authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the district such other documents and certificates as may be required in connection with the issuance of the note, and that no part of the proceeds of said note shall be used directly or indirectly to acquire any securities or obligations, the acquisition of which would cause the note to be in an arbitrage bond or private activity bond, within the meaning of sections 148 or 141, respectively, of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986, as amended, the code, and that the note be designated as qualified tax-exempt obligations within the meaning of section 265B3 of said code, and that the chairperson of the school board and the treasurer be and they are hereby authorized to covenant on behalf of the district and to file any information report and pay any rebate due to the United States in connection with the issuance of the note, to take all other lawful actions necessary to ensure interest on the note will be excludable from the gross income of the owners thereof for purposes of federal income taxation, and to refrain from taking any action which would cause interest on the note to become includable in the gross income of the owners thereof. 4, that the district establish written procedures with respect to the note for the purpose of ensuring timely remedial action for any portion of the note that may become non-qualified bonds, as those terms are defined in the code and regulations thereunder, and monitoring the district's compliance following the issuance of the note with the arbitrage, yield, restriction, rebate requirements, the code and regulations thereunder, and that the treasurer is designated to implement and follow these written procedures.
Excellent job, Jenny. So moved.
Second.
Moved by Danielle and seconded by Katrina, that the vote entitled Vote to Authorize Issuance of a $1,250,000 Tax and Revenue Anticipation Note be approved in form presented to this meeting, and that the secretary file an attested copy of said vote with the minutes of this meeting. Vote to authorize issuance of a $1,250,000 Tax and Revenue Anticipation Note. That the offer of Skowhegan Savings Bank, the bank, to purchase and tax and revenue anticipation notes of Maine School Administrative District Number 49, the district, in the original principal amount not to exceed $1,250,000 with an interest rate per annum on the outstanding principal amount thereof equal to 1.9%, be and the same hereby is accepted and approved. 2, that the school board of the district hereby authorizes a borrowing in the amount not to exceed $1,250,000 from the bank on behalf of the district, with interest on the principal amount thereof at a rate of 1.9 per annum, principal and interest to be paid no later than the scheduled maturity date on June 30th, 2021, which borrowing is anticipation of tax and other revenues for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021. 3, that under and pursuant to the provisions of section 1490 and 15,695 of Title 20A of the Maine Revised Statutes as amended, The chairperson of the school board and the treasurer of the district are hereby authorized to borrow in anticipation of tax and other revenues from the bank in the name of and on behalf of the district the sum of $1,250,000 at the per annum interest rate of 1.9%, and that the chairperson of the school board and the treasurer be and they are hereby authorized to issue general obligation securities of the district in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $1,250,000 and to execute and deliver a note or notes under the seal of the district attested by the secretary, dated on or about July 16th, 2020, in such form as the chairperson of the school board and the treasurer may approve the note, and that the appropriate officials of the district be and hereby are authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the district such other documents and certificates as may be required in connection with the issuance of the note, and that no part of the proceeds of said note shall be used directly or indirectly to acquire any securities and obligations, the acquisition of which would cause the note to be an arbitrage bond or private activity bond within the meaning of sections 148 or 149, or 148 or 141 respectively of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended, the code, and that the note be designated as a qualified tax-exempt obligations within the meaning of section 265B3 of said code, and that the chairperson of the school board and the treasurer be and are hereby authorized to covenant on behalf of the district to file any information, report, and pay any rebate due to the United States in connection with the issuance of the note, and to take all other lawful actions necessary to ensure the interest on the note will be excludable from the gross income of the owners thereof for purposes of federal income taxation, and to refrain from taking any action which would cause interest on the note to become includable in the gross income of the owners thereof. And for that the district established written procedures with respect to the note for the purpose of timely remedial action for any portion of the note that may become not qualified bond, as those are defined in the code in relation thereunder, and monitoring of the district compliance following the issuance of the note with arbitrage, yield restriction, and rebate requirements of code and regulations thereunder, and that the treasurer is designated to implement and follow procedures. Any discussion? This just gives us if we need to take out a revenue anticipation bond, that we would have the opportunity to do so. We do take this vote each year. Okay. So we had a little bit of lag there in the audio, but this would provide a district with the opportunity to take out a revenue anticipation bond if one was needed. This is a motion that we have at the end of each June as we go into next fiscal year. Any other discussion? Oh. Okay, so we have a motion and a second, and I read the motion twice. So, Booten,
Yes.
or you guys are up there still listening. They're still listening. Boyden, yes. Beverly, absent. Davis Folsom? You can yourself off.
Yes.
Thank you. Dumont?
Yes.
Bud absent. Hussey?
Yes.
Henley?
Yes.
Kugelmeyer absent. Lambert absent. White?
Yes.
And Williams.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 800. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Jenny,
anybody had
before
any
we
other
adjourn,
business.
hi. I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone that received an award tonight.
Absolutely. They were well deserved. We received a number of nominations, and it sending awarding to a group of people is not the norm, but we just couldn't make a choice of one person for the staff award. It really was a collective effort to make sure that kids were fed and that things carried on this spring. So we certainly appreciate everyone's hard work. Thank you, Danielle.
So Jenny, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Danielle and seconded by Katrina to adjourn. Booten,
Yes.
Boyden, yes. Cavalier,
Yes.
absent. David Folsom, Dumont, yes.
Yes.
Fled. Thank you. Husky,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Kugelmeyer, Lambert, absent. White,
Yes.
and Williams.
Yes.
Okay, we'll adjourn at 7:41. Thank you all.
Thank you. Have a good night.